Welcome back to Learning Lockdown, coming to you from Liverpool College. It's time for maths with me, Mr. S.
And me, Mr. A. Now let's have a look at the work you did yesterday.
Right, let's take a look at some of the maths work that you have sent us. First of all, we have Bethany in Cardiff again. She is using her lovely ruler there to do some measuring. Well done, Bethany. Joel has measured a lot of random items, including his foot, I think that must be, and a pepper. Very good, Marhan. Now this isn't measuring work, but he does work hard as maths, so it's nice to get him on. Here's Oliver in Manchester with his measuring tape. Well done to you, Oliver, and well done also to your brother Josh, who also has been working hard on his measuring. Basia again, lovely measuring work from her in our scavenger hunt. And finally, somebody new, Yanni from Worthing, who's worked hard on his measuring, says he loves the videos. Well, thank you for joining in, Yanni, and thank you to everyone else for sending in your work. Thank you very much to you for sending in your work, and thank you to those mystery people who put the feedback videos together. We hope we can meet you one day to thank you in person.
Yes, maybe. We'll see.
You sound a bit like me, though.
If you'd like to know who does the feedback, put a comment down below.
It sounds a lot like me, but it isn't actually me. I can confirm that's not me.
Nope. And it used to sound like me, but due to social distancing, I'm sure they've had problems.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. What are we looking at today in maths? Well, yesterday we started looking at measures, and we were using these rulers to measure, and we were measuring in centimetres, millimetres, and inches, and all sorts of different things like that. Now, we're going to use those skills in a bit of a different way.
Yes, we're going to look at something called the perimeter.
That's what they have at Nando's, isn't it? The perimeter. I always go for hot, half a chicken, hot spice, sometimes extra hot if I'm in a bit of a mood for it. Like,
one day he will go back to Nando's and realise not the perimeter, the perimeter. The perimeter is very different to the perimeter, although it probably would help you with your spelling. Now, the perimeter is the distance around the outside of a given shape.
Around the outside?
Around the outside.
Around the outside.
So, for example, you might be looking around your room and you might be saying, well, I wonder if I wanted to put a random strip of wallpaper all the way around the outside of my room, how long would it have to be to go across that wall, that wall, that wall, and that wall all the way around?
Try it.
Well, you will need this skill today of how to measure a perimeter. Now, here's a very simple shape. So we've got this shape on our board, and it's a square. Now, this could be my garden, and I want to put a fence around my garden.
You've got to be careful, you know, because I did the same thing in my garden, and then my next door neighbour's quite sensitive, and he came up, and I said, oh, come on, Baldy, you know, and then he just grabbed all the wood and started walking up. I said, all right, mate, don't take offence.
So, I want to put a fence around it. Now, I'm not going to go too big in metres. Mine's let's say it's a pretend garden, and it's got sides that measure in centimetres. So let's have a look. This side, that side, that side, and that side, they're all the same because it's a square, are all 8 centimetres. Now, all I need to do to measure the perimeter is add the length of that side, to that side, to that side, and to that side. So, what would 8 add 8, add 8, add 8 be? Well, I know 8 add 8 is 16. The other 8 add 8 would be 16. So I need to put those two 16s together. I would get 32 centimetres. That is the perimeter of that shape. You just add up all the sides bit by bit.
Should you have a look at a different shape?
Yeah.
So here we've got a rectangle, but you'll notice that on this rectangle, not all of the sides are labelled. You can see the long side there has got a length of 9 centimetres, and the short side has got a length of 3 centimetres. But the other two sides aren't labelled. Why is that, Mr. A?
Well, it's because we already know what a rectangle's properties are. We know that the two long sides are the same length, and the two short sides are the same length. So we can fill in those missing gaps ourselves. So that the long side is 9, the other short side is 3. Now we just need to add them all up. Now I like to do them in pairs, so I add the two short sides, 3 add 3 is 6. The two long sides, 9 add 9 is 18. Then I put that 18 and the 6 together to get 24 centimetres. The perimeter is 24. Now that is how you measure the perimeter of simple shapes. You've got some on level 1 of today's Level Up maths lesson, so off you go, have a go. It's time to level up. Right, those shapes were nice and simple. Let's have a look at a more complex shape. Right, now you can see this one's got sides of all different lengths, and all we've got to do here is we've got to make sure we're really careful. The measurements are already there given for us, so let's add them up. Now I like to sort of go around in a clockwise direction, so I'll start here at the bottom. I've got a side of 5 centimetres, then I've got a side of 3 centimetres, a side of 7 centimetres, a side of 4 centimetres, and a side of 3 centimetres. Now this isn't to scale obviously, but I just like to add it up as I go. So 5 add 3 is 8, add the 7 is 15, add the 4 is 19, and add the final 3 is 22. You might want to write them down as you go, but that's all the tip is for this level. Make sure you go around in a clockwise direction, not missing any of the sides.
And we call these shapes irregular shapes because the sides are different lengths. When you have a shape where the sides are all the same length, like this pentagon, you'd only need to be given one of the sides because they're all the same. So finding the perimeter would be a case of just multiplying that number there, 7, by 5 to get 35. That's a regular shape, but the irregular ones are the ones that Mr. A's just done. A bit more challenging.
Yeah, so level 2 is all about irregular shapes, although a rectangle in level 1 wasn't a regular shape.
Technically, yeah, but you know.
You know what I mean. So, level 2, take your time, be careful, off you go.
Time to level up. Welcome to level 3 of our perimeter lesson. Ooh.
So this time, it's getting a little bit more complicated. We're going to put a rectangle back on our board. Right. But this time, the sides measure in centimetres and millimetres. So our long sides are 8 centimetres and 4 millimetres. And our short sides are 2 centimetres and 1 millimetre. So, we still need to add these up. We know the missing sides there because we know that a rectangle has pairs of sides. So the short sides are 2 centimetres and 1 millimetre and 2 centimetres and 1 millimetre. Add those together, I would get 4 centimetres and 2 millimetres for those two sides. Add the other two sides together, I would get 16 centimetres and 8 millimetres. Now what we need to do is bring those together. So 4 centimetres and 2 millimetres add 16 centimetres and 8 millimetres would give us 20 centimetres and 10 millimetres.
No, not quite. It doesn't sound like that, does it?
Well, it's right, first of all.
Well, it is right.
But we can take another step.
It is right, but it's not how you wouldn't write that answer like that. Because as we learnt last time, 10 millimetres is equal to 1 centimetre. So you wouldn't say 20 centimetres and 10 millimetres. Maybe that's what you get first, but then you should be able to see that and think, well, 10 millimetres is the same as a centimetre, so the answer is actually just 21 centimetres.
Yeah, we regroup those 10 millimetres, like we've been regrouping in previous lessons, into 1 whole centimetres to get 21 centimetres. And that is level 3. You've got some shapes down there that have sides that measure in centimetres and millimetres. Be careful though, if you get more than 10 millimetres, you need to regroup 10 of those millimetres and turn them into centimetres. That is all for maths today. Have a go at those 3 levels and let us know how you get on. See you later.